Yo, just making this guide very specifically to help a friend out with the White Mage kind of timeline and what to do for UWU's Garuda phase. This is a static pull from earlier today, so this is like June 2022, so this is Endwalker. It's post thin air changes, which obviously affect how easily you can heal cleanse, right? So kind of just making this to help a friend out. I'll pause it or slow it down when it gets to anything significant. I just wanted to point out real quick that some of the things I do, if you're progging this or if you're fresh or whatever, you might not want to copy just because it's not so much for convenience. It's more for, I don't know, like padding and shit. Like you can see I just got Presence of Mind out, even though it's towards the end of the buff window. That's because I want to hit as many holies as I possibly can on all these targets. So it's 3 target plus like positive for damage, right? So obviously I get here, I mash the shit out of my holy. My co-healer is kind of nice and my tanks are kind of nice, so I don't really have to heal them too much. So you can see I just keep casting holy like non-stop. Holy, 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 holy. I target Spiny, I get a glare off before the shriek, and then as we dip out, right, like you can start throwing heals at like off tank because he's taking that second stack of thermal low or high, whatever the fuck it is, and you don't really need to heal your main tank because he's not going to die to this raid wide from half health or whatever, and you're about to full heal anyways, right? So here I cast another glare, or a stone in this case, and I weave Asylum so that it drops on the green AoE left by Spiny, so that we get the regen and the healing potency increase, obviously for cleanses. And I also weave Indulgence. So Plenary Indulgence comes out, come into the Asylum. I cast a Cure 3 here to top us. Alright, so Cure 3 comes out naturally. Garuda's casting Friction, so Friction happens, and as she's casting Friction, I cast that Cure 3. So the Friction damage comes out, and the Cure 3 heals everybody, right? You can see like everyone's health here. And then from then, what we have to do is DPS cleanses. So because I'm with my static and I'm in VC with them, this is like super free for me because I just call out, like I tell them when to do it because I'm basically solo healing this. Friction comes out, right? And then we're like mad healthy. So here I swifted Cure 3 because I was greeting for damage, but normally I'd precast at Cure 3 there for that Friction. And then I tell them like in VC, I'm like, hey, cleanse. So I'll call the first cleanse and they'll go out as I'm casting Cure 3. So that by the time we take the damage, see everyone's like half health, the Cure 3 tops. And then I call cleanse again because like essentially if I'm in control of the timing, like I can kind of cast like Cure 3 accordingly and I don't have to waste any heals, right? So I call cleanse again and I top us again and then that's it. And like you can see my mana is like 3800, but that's really not that bad, especially because like moving forward from here you really aren't too pressed to heal or spend any big mana for Garuda. So here, this, okay, do what you want here. I will always argue that this is like the best decision I've made here, like to optimize. I think this shit slaps. You move out for Feather Rain and then cast Medica 2. So the reason I do this is because we're about to take a fat ass raid wide. I'm a white mage, so I can't mitigate. I won't be helping us in that regard at all. So whoever puts up mid, and our shield healer gives us shields. And then afterwards, we take so much damage that we'll be forced to heal it one way or another before the Mistral Tether damage hits us mid. But why would I cast Medica 2 after that raid wide goes off when this is downtime? Do you know what I mean? So this is optimization. So obviously you're not making the best out of your healing potency. But if you do the math, like I cast Medica 2 here, the heal goes to waste, the raid wide goes off, and then the regen ticks for another 13 seconds. You know what I mean? So now I'm back to casting stone. So the Medica 2 came out, you know, Lucid is out. So I don't have to do any healing anytime soon. And you can see like with whatever OGCD or whatever heal like our Sage threw out, we're already topped, right? And I didn't have to waste uptime like on healing, right? Like I did it during the downtime because you have like 1.5, 2 GCDs, whatever, of downtime that you can throw it out there and let the regen do its work. So this is whatever standard. I go out, I slide cast my way back in. Obviously, I think one of our tanks kills us on this one. No? Oh, this is a clean run. Move out for Shriek, and then just make sure the tanks are top tier, because they take like a lot of damage. Our warrior is a monkey, so he got hit by Feather Rain, but a tank taking like a Feather Rain stack is really not a big deal. Even with 2 stacks, if you're just paying attention to him, like he'll be fine, right? Here, I get a Sizo, and then I get a couple Holies. Because again, you're not really like, no one's really in big danger here. The one who takes the most damage here, and I'll pause it, you can see like he just got clocked, but the Gunbreaker is currently main tanking this. The tethers on the side with the warrior and the caster for like their like to awaken Garuda obviously do like raid wide damage to everybody, and the Gunbreaker is also getting slapped by the boss, right? So you can see I threw something at the Gunbreaker there. I think it was a Solus, and his health is like he's doing fine. But if you don't give him anything there, you'll notice he drops really low, and he's a lot of the time at risk of dying to auto attacks. So obviously you don't really want him to die, right? So just throw him something. Like at that point, I think you can have Tetra up if you didn't spend it on Mistral. Otherwise, you'll have Soluses. You hold a lot of Soluses during this fight just because you don't have Rapture, and a lot of the damage that comes out is raid-wide damage or AoE damage that doesn't necessarily put your tank at any like great danger. So, you know, if you have Solus, use it. Other than that, like that's a good kill time, obviously, because I'm like in a static, but you really don't have much going on afterwards. You get Slipstream, which the tank baits, and then if you see Wicked Wheel, you know, obviously dodge the circle AoE and then move back in immediately after, so you don't get hit by the donut. Wicked Tornado. I mean, that's the whole phase. But you see I'm at about 5k mana right now. The only thing that happens after this is, you know, Ifrit dash, and then, you know, Ifrit comes in and you do like your whole burst phase. And I don't know, from then on, the next real like mana check, I guess, is Nails. Depends how hard a time you have healing that, but that was basically what I do for Garuda in Endwalker June 2022. It's not too bad. It could be worse if your co-healer is not very good, or if you don't have good communication with your co-healer or your team. But I don't think, even on shit runs, like even when I've died, I've never really been at risk of like, oh shit, I'm at 500 mana, I can't heal, and we just wipe. Like it's not too bad. You're not too pressed to heal. So that is, I guess that covers it. So I don't know. I hope that helps. See ya.